Daniel van der Merwe.
That's an excellent delivery by.
Goes to Van Der. Goes on the shorter side. Van Der tries to lift that. And John takes it beautifully at that far leg.
There you go.
Oh, Albert rocking. Oh, and what a...
Oi!
This time, he's taken.
Oh, and this time he...
How he goes about it. Daniel Beche and Kim runs down.
And Masono
Falls that!
In Oudtshoorn for the Cricket South Africa Division 2 T20 knockout match between the 6 Gun Girl Garden Route Badgers and the ACDC Tuskers. Warren, the Badgers won the toss and they opted to have a bowl first after suffering a defeat on Saturday. On the other hand, the Badgers were victorious against the Inyati at home soil also on Saturday.
Yeah, good afternoon all the viewers. Welcome again to Oudtshoorn. Yeah, the Badgers selected to bowl. First, obviously, used wicket. Same wicket as the last game they played on. Obviously, like we said, there's a shorter bounder, so maybe they keep that in mind for chasing later on. But hopefully, they will make some early inroads here this afternoon. As we can see, they will open the bowling with Kyle Jacobs.
Yes, very experienced opening batting partners of the Tuskers, Cameron Shackleton and the very experienced John T. Rapulana. He played previously for the Knights and this season he is with the relegated Badgers who are undefeated so far this season. It's going to be a great challenge and a great test for the home side today who are without a victory in their first 3 matches, with obviously the first one at rain out.
Yeah, obviously great challenge for the Badgers, but the good thing here about this competition, it's a quick turnaround time, so hopefully they will do what they need to do over the last 2 days and get ready for today.
Kyle Jacobs to Shackleton and didn't make contact to that one, no addition to the score. The Badgers made a few changes and most predominantly they strengthened their batting lineup with the inclusion of George van Heerden, who was injured in the previous match ahead of the left-hander Jared Jardine. So wide delivery from Jacobs, and that's the first runs on the board for the Badgers. Bottom for the Tuskers. A beautiful day for cricket. It's about coolish this morning, this one driven to the offside, and there's protection on the long off boundary and Shackleton is off the mark, and that will bring John T. Rapulana on strike.
Yeah, the Badgers, you can see the Badgers done their homework. Obviously, two right-handers at the crease, so leg spinners, so to make sure the matchup add up. Field placing here, obviously we're still within the power play. Long off out, and there will be a car corner on the leg side boundary. Interesting leg slip as well.
There's one on the leg side, tidy fielding by Lifan Tanzi, but one more added to the total, moves to 3 without loss. Obviously the captain Yasin Vali is keeping wicket today to allow the very good fielder Keenan Vieira to be in the field, but it's one more out to the offside, and again long off will do the fielding and another run added to the score. That's a good delivery from Jacobs. He pushed Rapulana back to his stumps and no addition to the score. Cut out to the offside. The man who took a brilliant catch on Saturday, Liabona Malifi as the fielding, and a couple added for Rapulana.
Yeah, pretty standard start there this afternoon, 6 of it first over. It's good to see that the Badgers, even though it's Kyle Jacobs up front with a new ball, not leaving the stumps. The first ball that left the stumps got cut there. pass point for 2. Let's see what the batters come out. I think it will be Sintu.
Yeah, Sintu Majiza, he bowled 3 overs on Saturday, and he will be entrusted with a new ball from the Queen's Riverside Mall end of the ground. It's a bit coldish this morning, but it's a very nice day outside, early mid 20 degrees, and on this side the umpire is making his List A debut today, Wimpinel, all the way from Cape Town. Pardon, Wimpinel is the square leg umpire. It's the local boy Andre Olivier at the stumps on the Riverside Mall end, the commentary box end of the ground. So Sintu Majiza, and he will bowl to Cameron Shackleton. He played for South Africa earlier this season against Sri Lanka, so there's a lot of expectations from him. And that's caught behind a very well bowled delivery from Majiza, edge taken by Yasin Wali, and the first wicket down in the second over. Wicket to Sintu Majiza. Well bowled delivery.
Yeah, exactly what the coaches would want this afternoon, to get an early breakthrough. Again, him bringing the batter forward, top or off stump there, will always give you a chance up front. That's great bowling. What a delivery. Pretty decent catch there from Wali at the back as well. Good start for the Badgers this afternoon.
Now that's a departure of the dangerous Cameron Shackleton, and I don't think it is any mystery that they will try to restrict the visitors for at least 140 to have a shout and to come in and to try to get this one over the line. Very good start.
Yeah, the previous 2 games the Badgers struggled to break through early on, and this afternoon Sintu Majiza on the button, and exactly the start they wanted. 6 for 1 after 1.1. Good start here this afternoon from the Badgers.
Majiza, his tail will be up, and a very important breakthrough early up, and immediately the Badgers will have 2 slips in position for the new batsman Kyle Nipper. He's batting quite high up in the order.
Yeah, Kyle Nipper is a pretty experienced player. He's been around. Quite interesting field, quite attacking field there for the left-hander. They got 2 slips, I almost say 3 slips.
As Majiza run in to Kyle Nipper. And it's a well bowled delivery once again. He pushes out to that one, a little bit shorter of a length, and he's through to the keeper, and dot ball for Majiza.
Just to give you an idea of the field placing there with all those catches behind 45 on the leg sides up. It's a deep square, just slightly behind square in the boundary, and deep point out.
Our first slip in position is Kelly Smuts, and second slip seems to be George van Heeren on second slip. Majiza to Nipper, and it's a well bowled delivery, forward offensive, and it's playing on exactly the same strip that they used on Saturday. We had a look at it. Obviously a little bit of green colour of the strip, but still a very good batting wicket.
Yeah, I think the wicket will not play differently, maybe just a slight change of colour, which obviously over the last 2 days got some sun. It was greener on Saturday, but just a tinge of brownness around, but it looks like it still comes on. Hopefully the Badgers will get the best of the batting conditions later this afternoon.
As I've said earlier, the Tuskers are a very experienced outfit with Ahmed Amla, the head coach, and Yusuf Abdullah, the assistant coach. And once again, there's a swing and a miss from Nipper, and tightly kept wicket by Yasin Wali, the captain. Wali missed out on Saturday due to an hamstring injury, and he's back into the team.
Yeah, pretty tidy over so far. Wicket the first ball, 3 dot balls after that. Majiza will look to make to capitalise on this over again, maybe to strike again. very attacking field here.
As Majiza run ins to Carl Nipper. And this one is down leg. There is an appeal for a catch behind. And I guess there was some pads with that. As umpire Andre Olivier is unmoved and no signal over wide. Majiza played himself into the side, and he also got an opportunity following the injury to Erwin Klompo Moriakamane, who was out for at least another 4 weeks. He sustained a hamstring injury in the Badgers match against the Eastern Storm in Benoni a little bit more than a week ago. Just pushed out, and Keenan Vieira runs around, does the fielding from a gully position, and nipples off the mark. Majiza will be very happy with his first over.
Yeah, good start from Majiza.
Exactly what his captain asked from him. And I guess there were some hard words from the coaching staff on the bowling department, because the bowlers didn't pitch up and make early breakthroughs in the first 2 matches.
Yeah, we can see that they're trying to mix things up here this afternoon. They gave Jacobs one. Now it's Malefa back in from the Farida Street end. So yeah, maybe the Badgers done their homework and trying to mix up things here this afternoon, and hopefully they can try and surprise the Tuskers up front here.
Only one slip in position as Liabona Malefi goes around the wicket to Nipper. He goes over long on, and he will pick up a boundary. It's a well executed shot from Carl Nipper, and this time umpire Wimpinel signals 4 runs. First boundary of the match, and it comes in the 3rd over.
Yeah, a bit of a free hit there for Carl Nipper. Just on a fuller length, and he just obviously popped it over the top of long Madon's head there.
We've got Kyle Corner just underneath the visitors' dressing room, patrolling the mid-wicket boundary. Much better delivery from Malefi, but it will not prevent a single as it's pushed out to the offside, and Tyrese Carl's done the fielding.
Yeah, that single brings Jonty back on strike. Kagiso, Jonty.
Rapulana. Yeah, he played plenty of cricket here for the Lions and also later for Northwest. Experienced campaigner, and he will face Liabona Malefi. Once again over the top. There's enough power on this one, and 4 more added to the total as he did over long off for 4.
Yeah, good use of the feet there from Rapulana, and popped it over for 4. Great shot. Again, intention showed quite earlier from his 2 batters, looking to put Malefa under pressure.
He is the youngster. He got the knot ahead of. So just watch this delivery. Short of a length, directly cut, and he's gone. Catch taken. That is the end of Jonty Rapulana, and the player who took the catch is Carl Jacobs.
Yeah, great, another breakthrough for the Badgers. Exactly what the doctor needed, the doctor ordered here. Exactly. Good start for them. Not the best of starts for the Tuskers at the moment.
Yes, I just said that Malefi got the knot ahead of the spin bowler. And a breakthrough after he conceded 2 boundaries. And that spin bowler I'm referring to is Peko Moletsane. So the score 16 for 2, and we're into the 3rd over. So the new batsman, he's a familiar face here at this ground, Sean Whitehead, 2 seasons ago, while still playing for the badges, he became only the 4th bowler in the history of South African first-class cricket to bag 10 wickets in an innings. But he's up, he's batting at number 4. He is a batsman that can hold the bat.
Yeah, definitely. He's someone that can knock it around for the Tuskers. Obviously, if he gets himself in, he can take the game away towards the back end. So he's been around, he knows what he needs to do in this period of the game. But again, all credit to Malefa there for another breakthrough for the badge.
Yes, Malefa will not mind conceding those 2 boundaries. Good catch taken by Carl Jacobs. It was hit straight to him, and a tidy textbook catch taken by Jacobs. So Whitehead is a product of St Andrews and Bloemfontein. He played SA under 19 last season. He spent with the Warriors. He did not get a lot of playing opportunity, but he is now with the Tuskers, experienced campaigner, and for Division 2 he's a very, very good cricket player. As we got a slip as well as a leg slip in position for the first ball to Whitehead. Forward defensive, Malefi does the fielding, no addition to the score.
Yeah, this is very, very, very attacking field. Yeah. Badgers sensing that they're right on top, so they'll carry 2 catches, leaving a big space in the mid-wicket side for Whitehead, inviting him to play across the line. So good fielding from Carl Jacobs at point there.
Very good fielding again. They realize that Whitehead, like all players, has got strength and weaknesses. He's not a very good runner between the wicket, and the Badgers immediately restrict him to get off the mark. 3 overs gone, 16 for 2. So Sintu Majiza, he will bowl his 3rd over. He only conceded 1 run in his 2 overs, and he, of course, with his very first delivery, got the wicket of Cameron Shackleton.
Yeah, Majiza again will look to try to do the same thing here. Obviously same field. He's up against Carl Nipper. They're still opting to carry 3 slips. 3 point out, deep square leg out, square leg boundary. Very attacking field.
As we watch Majiza in to the left-hander, and that is a well-played shot, and he will pick up a single. Well-executed shot by Carl Nipper.
Yeah, good shot from Carl Nipper. Good strong position still through the covers there, and he picks up a bound in the first ball, and Majiza's taken over. Just still opting with three catches behind the ball. Yeah.
Majiza into the left-handed Nipper, and that's a very good delivery straight through him, and Yasin Wali takes the catch. That's the fielding behind the wicket. A very good delivery from Sintu Majiza.
Yeah, great delivery there, just going over the top of the middle stump there. So Majiza shown that the slightly in the front foot on the stumps, there's the length that's going to bother the batter. So as soon as the previous ball was some width given, and obviously Nipper just bounced on that.
Lots of confidence in the bowler. 3 slips in position as he runs in to bowl to Nipper. It's a very good shot. Just played it out to the offside, and 1 run added for Nipper. He had him on the front foot there.
Yeah, much better start from the Badgers here. Asking questions of the batters, not leaving the stumps much. Hence them being slightly ahead here in this game, as the Tuskers are finding him 21 for 2.
As Whitehead takes strike. Only 1 slip in position for Whitehead. Majiza to Whitehead. And this one is played to square leg. Leabona Malefi will run in from the boundary, does the fielding, and 1 run added to the total.
Snapper and Whitehead will just knock it around, take their singles. They'll try and build this partnership again.
Yes, still plenty of batting to come. Sean Gilson was very impressive in the first 2 matches with the bat, and obviously the very experienced Michael Erland still in the batting lineup. On the back foot, and once again Malefi will run in from the point boundary this time, does the fielding, and 1 run added to the total.
The badges just look more organised this afternoon, much sharper within the field. I know it's quite early, it's supposed to be that way. Let's see if they can carry this momentum right through their bowling innings this afternoon. Majiza into Whitehead.
Upish, once again for the 3rd consecutive delivery, it brought Leabona Malefi into the game as he run in from the square leg boundary, does the fielding. So it's the end of the 4th over. The Tuskers 24 for 2. The batsman dismissed. The opening pair of Cameron Shackleton and Jonty Rapulana.
It brings another bowling change. It brings Lifa and Tanzi into the attack. He'll be running into and bowling to Sean Whitehead.
Yes, interesting variation of the bowlers from the Freda Street end. Malefi was given an over, 2 overs, and then there was an over given previously to Carl Jacobs. And we will see the man from KwaZulu-Natal, Lifan Tanzi, running in from the Freda Street end of the ground. That's a very good delivery from Tanzi.
Yeah, we could see in the previous game that Tanzi is a bowler that looks to hit the wicket hard. And he's also carrying 1 slip, pretty standard field, 1 slip. He's got fine leg on the boundary and 3rd man on the boundary. He's looking to hit the wicket, top or off stump, the hard length. And he got away with a dot ball, his first ball.
It's another great delivery, beating the outside edge of the bat by Ntanzi. The one area where the Badgers will definitely need to improve is in their bowling, and it's early days. What a much more constructive plan here.
Yes, exactly. It looked, like I said earlier, it looks like they went back to the drawing board and just trying to do the basic things, not leaving the stumps. And it's paid off so far.
And Tanzi really showed intent to hit the deck quite hard. And he's behind that one very early, and it's a very well executed shot. 1 bounce over mid-wicket for 4 by Sean Whitehead.
Yeah,
well executed shot.
Yeah, good shot from Whitehead. He's always going to take it. No one out there in the deep square leg boundary. So for him it's actually a free hit. Current score 28 for 2. Whitehead's first boundary of the game.
Tanzi to Whitehead. This is upward in the offside. Fielding is done, and they will collect a couple. It was rushed in that shot.
Yeah, slightly rushed there. But got it over, I think it's George.
George van Heerden does the fielding. He's back into the team after he dislocated his finger. Former SA under-19 captain, and there will be a big responsibility on his shoulders to show a performance with the bat later this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's been itching to get back into the side.
Tanzi to Whitehead, and it's played out to the leg side. Tyrese Carlson does the fielding as he runs around to square leg, and Whitehead will add one more to his total. He's moving to 9, and Carl Nipper, who's on strike, he's on 12 from 11 deliveries, will face Tanzi, who conceded 7 runs from his first 5 deliveries in his first over.
Yes, the current run rate at 6.9. The Badgers will feel right on top. They don't feel like the Tuskers is hurting in that much. So hopefully they get out the power play with some confidence.
It's a nice fielded by Tyrese Carlos as he ran in from the gully. End of the over, end of the 5th over, 31 for 2.
Yeah, good start from Tanzi there. Despite the one boundary in the over, but he came back nicely. As we can just see there, Carl Nipper 12 from 12. Sean Whitehead also 9 of 9 there. Sintu's entrusted again with another over. He's obviously doing well. His captain trusts his work to make sure he gets out this power play here. It's been the last over in the power play.
Yes, as you read correctly said, he will bowl the penultimate over in this power play. And he only went for 9 runs in his first 3 overs. Sorry, 2 overs. Sintu Majiza to Sean Whitehead. Oh, hits him on the pad. There's an appeal for LBW, and umpire Olivier adjudicate Whitehead leg before. Whitehead doesn't seem to be quite happy as he looked around, and Majiza strikes again.
Again, brilliant bowling from Majiza, not leaving his stumps. That one slightly just coming back off the wicket. Hitting Whitehead just below the knee there, but oof, some doubt from his side, but no doubt in the umpire's mind. And the Badgers strikes again. 31 for 3 in the power play. Brilliant start this afternoon from the Badgers.
Yes, we doesn't have a review system here, but I will say umpire's call. And that is the end of Sean Whitehead, as he's trapped leg before for 9. He faced 9 deliveries, hit a boundary, and Majiza in his 3rd over, also from the first ball, picked up his 2nd wicket.
Yeah, brilliant. Dream starts from Majiza and his team, yeah. As the Tuskers find themselves heavily under pressure in this power play. 31 for 3. Still 5 balls left in this power play. 2 fresh batters at the crease. Badgers well on top here this afternoon.
So that brings Sean Gilson to the crease. The Badgers will have a keen eye on him. He was under the radar for contracting here at the Badgers. He's very impressive in his first match against Limpopo. He scored 71 from 44 deliveries, and he was also impressive Saturday in Pietermaritzburg, where he scored 35 from 31 deliveries.
Ooh.
And there's a call for LBW from Majiza, and umpire Olivier is unmoved.
Yeah, looks like just a slight inside edge. Again, good bowling from Majiza up front here. He's asking proper questions to the batters here on the front foot, not leaving his stumps much. Brilliant start.
His tail is up. No wonder they call him Magic. Majiza to Gilson, and just beating the fielder mid on, and he will pick up a single. So mid off, pardon, Leabona Malefi.
Yeah, the Tuskers finding themselves 2 left-handers at the crease now. Quite interesting to see what's going to happen after this over. Will there be an off-spinner bowling to them, just to make sure that matchups add up. But Majiza's still got 3 balls left in this over, and he's trying to break through and make sure that the Badgers chop down this batting order of the Tuskers.
Majiza, as he runs in to the left-handed Nipper, and Nipper hits it out to the gully where Keenan Vera is doing the fielding, no addition to the score. The man from Thembaletu, who spent 2 seasons with the Fort Hare Academy, Sinto Majiza, he will be very satisfied with what he's produced thus far, Warren.
Yeah, brilliant start for Majiza as he runs in again.
Just tucked around the corner, and a single for the very experienced Nipper.
Yeah, Majiza just took the pace off there, just rolled his fingers slightly around it. It brings Gilson back on strike. Yeah, the Badgers on it this afternoon. They look like they're up for it. Obviously a very important game for them to turn their season around here. And what a start.
They'll have to win this one to stay in a race for a place in the semi-finals. Straight drive, beautiful shot, well fielded, but it will not prevent a single. Nice dive there towards the left.
Yeah, good stop there from Carl Jacobs, good hand. Bowler appreciate those type of efforts. And that's the end of the over. That's 34 for 3 after 6.
So we've got another bowling change from the Freda Street end of the ground. As we see Leabona Malefi back into the attack. He got a wicket, the wicket of John Tirapulana. He will bowl his second over, and the batsman on strike is Sean Gilson. Gilson hits this one out to long off, and he will concede a single. The big Heath Richards patrolling the boundary. There's a shout there. Malefi. No addition to the score.
Yeah, Nipper and Gilson will just try and build this partnership here and get some momentum for the Tuskers here in the innings.
Short of a length cut away, but there is protection as Tyrese Carlson does the fielding, and 1 run added for Gilson. Tyrese Carlson obviously very quick around the field on the offside, so the ideal fielder to patrol it. It's a long boundary towards the offside.
Yeah, a lot of space there in that offside. As we can see, we mentioned in the previous game also they're playing on the strip closer to the right hand side of your screen.
This one is worked around to the onside. And once again a single added to the total. This one is hit also to the onside, and the fielding is done by George van Heerden, and no, that's Kelly Smatstep, number 22 on his back, and 1 run added for Gilson. Gilson seems to be a very organised cricket player.
Yeah, he is. He's just going to try and give himself a chance, get in, knock the ball around, use the spaces around him, pick up the ones.
Well bowled by Malefi. End of the over. 7 overs gone, 38 for 3, and unnoticed the power play also was concluded, and the power play score here 34 for 3 is a little bit below par, Warren.
Yeah, that's below par. Obviously, Badgers come out the power play on top here, and they're going to try and keep their foot on here, keep the pressure on the Tuskers for this middle period of the game.
And for the first time this season, Thomas Carver will have the opportunity to bowl when the fielding side is on top.
Yeah, he got himself bowling early in the power play the first 2 games, opting to just sit out and wait for the power play to finish. Maybe he's also the right bowler to bowl from the side.
Yes, we saw the conclusion of the SA20 draw last night. He's obviously part of the MI Indians Cape Town side, spending his 2nd season with MI Cape Town. Thomas Carver, and he's in to Kyle Nipper. That's well played by Nipper around the corner. He'll pick up a single, and immediately Carver seems to be on the money.
Yeah, good start from Carver. Carver and the Badger will think that this one's not really going to hurt him, so they're quite happy to give the singles away.
A product of Afrikaans, Hoorseën School in Pretoria, Faf du Plessis and AB de Villiers, to mention a few. This one is hit by Gilson to the onside. Carver will do the fielding, and 1 run added to the total. As you correctly say, they won't mind the singles at this point in time.
Yeah, exactly. That explains the field placing from the Badgers here. They got deep square in the boundary, car corner, no mid wicket, so a lot of open vacant space here on the leg side, but they're happy to give the ones there. As you see, Carver in the previous over just doing the work on the leg side. And then just a normal offside field, sweep on the boundary, long off outside, on the outside of the ring.
Short, and unfortunately Malefi couldn't get his hands to that one. 1 more added to the total as the fielding is done by Kyle Jacobs on the boundary. Very clever. The captain just instructs his fielders on the boundary to be behind the boundary fence when they walk in. So when he's across the line, and dot ball to Carver. It's wide called. My apologies for that. Wild call by umpire Olivier. Good bit of wicket keeping by Yasin Wali.
Yeah, not bad. If you stop him down leg, it's always a bonus.
And that's the end. He gets the wicket of Gilson. That's a breakthrough for Carver as Gilson went across the line.
Yeah, Carver strikes again. Like we mentioned earlier, the Badgers not leaving the stumps and then standing to work for them here. I think it's brilliant planning from the coaches and obviously all the bowling unit. If you take in consideration that their first 2 games hardly got any wickets up front, and now they got the Tuskers 4 down within the first 8 overs.
There you can see it again on your screen. Gilson on 5, pitching outside off, and that ball turned quite significantly from the wicket.
Yeah, the wrong one there, a bit of luck there, inside edge onto the stumps, but the Badgers will take that. They are well on top here this afternoon.
So Chad Laycock enter the crease, and that is as a result of the dismissal of the dangerous Sean Gilson. Laycock is a right-handed batsman, and there you can see as my fellow commentator just alluded to, there was an inside edge on the wicket and the departure of Gilson. A leg slip, Heath Richards, no, it's a slip, sorry, for Heath Richards for the right-hander Laycock, and Carver obviously taking the ball away from the right-hander justify the first slip, the big Heath Richards. Bowling around the wicket, he's on the back foot, pushing it out towards the leg side, and Laycock is off the mark. That's the one thing which the Tuskers will not like to allow, and that is Carver to get momentum and to get on top of them, because he can be and he will be a handful.
Yeah, if Garber settles earlier, he might just fly through his 4 overs without the Tuskers noticing. So again, but they're a bit under pressure here, 4 down.
Nipper still around, and that's another wide called by umpire Willifee.
Yeah, a bit naughty from Garber to not let it one slide down there. Good keeping there from the skip. Yasin Valley.
Carver to Nipper, nicely into the gap, brings Carl Jacobs into action. He does the fielding tidily, and 1 run added to the score. The end of the first Carver over, he conceded 6 runs, of which 2 were wides, but he got the pricey wicket of Gilson.
Yeah, Carver, we're happy with his start there. Only 7 runs of his over. Current score 45 for 4 off the 8. Another change from the Ferreira Street end there, has been Jacobs back into attack. The Badgers just opting to change and chop their bowlers here, which is working for them this afternoon.
Yes, I think the captain Yasin Valley made it quite clear beforehand that the management of his bowling department will be crucial today, and up to now, specifically from the Ferreira Street end where Ring the Changes is quite successful. Leg spinner Carl Jacobs, a product there from the Eastern Cape. Second season with the Badgers. Plays his cricket for Pioneers Cricket Club down the road on the N2. Nipper on the back foot. Plays this one to the leg side. And on cow corner the fielding has been done by Kelly Smith, the elder statesman of the team. On this very same date, 7 years ago, he and my fellow commentator, Warren Bell, was part of the Eastern Province team, coached by Pete Botha, who won the Africa T20 Cup on the very same ground.
Thanks there, Mr. Kennedy.
The captain of that team, of course, the Protea John Smuts, who's playing for the Dolphins these days. Jacobs to Laycock. Short, but there's protection out there. Tyrese Carlson, he's a very good fielder, good athlete, does the fielding.
Yeah, Laycock made good contact there.
He'll be a bit annoyed of himself, he couldn't get that one to the boundary. The Tuskers, they will need a partnership to resurrect this innings. Nipper to Kelly Smuts on the cow corner boundary in front of the visitors dressing room, and 1 more added to Nipper.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, you'll pick up that Carl bowls off spin to the left-handers and he'll bowl leg spin to the right-handers, so it's good variation.
Great observation, Warren. You know him obviously quite well.
Good confidence here from the young man to do that.
Lee Van Tanzi runs in from the square leg boundary, but it will not prevent Laycock to add 1 more to his total. He's on 3 now. Nipper on 20 from 22 deliveries. We're into the 9th over, almost halfway through the innings, and the Badgers, they will be quite happy where they currently sits as we watch Jacobs will bowl around the wicket for the left-hander Nipper. There will only be a single as Tyrese Carlson runs in from the point boundary and does the fielding.
And That's the 50 for the Tuskers.
50 come up in the 9th over. Run rate not getting it above 6 yet. Nice fielding done by Keenan Vieira, but it will not once again prevent the batters from taking a single. 9 overs gone, 51 for 4.
I'll bring another bowling change from the more end. It'll be Tyrese Carlson into the attack. Again, little medium pace. He'll probably just take the pace off the ball.
Quite an interesting bowling change after Carver was successful in his first over. So Tyrese Carlson will come into the bowling attack for the first time this season, where he will get an opportunity to showcase his skill with the ball, and as you correctly said, he will try to get the pace off the ball.
Yeah, as you can see, the captain Yasin Valley is up to the stumps.
Carlson to Laycock, straight to the fielder.
Dot ball, good start for Carlos here. Again, just his field, he's just got long off on the boundary, long on in the boundary. He's got a cow corner, deep backward square, and a sweep on the boundary and offside. So similar to the spin bowler's field here. As he just strays down
Nice
next
fielding by
slightly.
Leabona Malefe, but it will not prevent the batters to take a couple. Very good running between the wickets, between Nipper and Laycock. It into the gap, and lots of ground to be covered by Leabona Malefe.
Yeah, with no mid wicket in place, there's always going to be one there. If it's hit the gap, they'll push for 2. Good running between these two batters.
Once again, this one is hit, and that's a misfield, unfortunately, by, is it Carl Jacobs, who is a naughty fielder there, and what should have been only a single becomes a boundary 4. Well executed shot by Laycock. You can see there, very strong with the wrists, as he hit that one through square leg for 4. Much better delivery, but it will not prevent a single. Slowly but surely, these two batters, Nipper and Laycock, they are trying to rebuild this innings. They were under huge pressure, lost their 4th wicket already on 45. So the score now 58 for 4.
Yeah, they're building their partnership here. Again, the batters will feel a bit as we just wait for Carlos to deliver this ball. Yeah, Nipper knocks it down to long off for 1. Yeah.
Not preventing a single.
Yeah, the Badgers just feel like they can't take the finger off here now. Just must feel in the boundary for 4. And they'll be fighting for momentum in these T20 games. Any momentum given to these batters, with their experience, they will, and they have ability to take them down. So they need to be staying sharp in the field, and make sure they're on top of it and stay on top for the Badgers this afternoon.
Carlson to Laycock, upish, and just dropped short of a diving Keenan Vieira there on point, but it prevents a single. And end of the over, end of the 10th over, 59 for 4, and still plenty of cricket to be played in this Badgers, in this Tuskers innings.
Yeah, good display, very good display from the the badges so far, if you look at that bowling figures there, Majiza 2 for 12 in his 3. Malefo's got 1 for 13. Obviously this batters is slightly finding him under pressure here. Only current run rate is at 6.1. But all credit must go to the badges this afternoon.
Will this partnership turn things around for the Tuskers? As we see a bowling change as Thomas Carver has moved to the Freda Street end of the ground, and he will bow to the left hand of Carl Nipper. He went across the line, and that's very close.
Yeah, that short boundary is inviting there for this left-handers. There's a short boundary to your right-hand side of the screen here, like we mentioned earlier. So anything they can get underneath, they'll try and take it on and go over the top there.
That was the intent shown by Nipper.
It goes the other way this time around. Reverse sweeps, he hits it down to deep point, but only picks up 1.
Yeah, that'll change the complexity a little bit with the long boundary now on the leg side of the right-handed Laycock. It is quite a long boundary.
It will be a big hit if he goes that way.
And just pushed out, but Laycock will add 1 to the total. Once again, a special word of welcome and thank you to all our viewers from around South Africa that turned in this afternoon to this broadcast here from the recreation ground. 6-count drill Garner badges up against the relegated ACDC Tuskers from Pietermaritzburg. Nipper waiting for Carver. That's very wide. It's also widened by umpire. Still wide. Second over. Very intense cricket player. Work for Terry Scott. He's very quick in the against a couple. He's a single added. He's on 24 from 27. Experienced player. Moving up the order over the years. And he has seen the Tuskers from the early days of associate status to a franchise in Division 1. He's still around. Yes, he is a member of the SGG 19 team playing here. The 2021 ICC Cricket World Cup that was hosted in South Africa. And that's a well executed shot from Nipper, and he will pick up now.
Dropped it short down, and Nipper was good enough to bounce on it. And he ends the boundary, ends over the boundary, and then puts the current score at 6-8 for 4.
Good over from the Tuskers. As they're slowly but surely getting this partnership rebuild their innings. Pretty quick on that short delivery. As you see, great effort from Malefi. His 4 runs added to the total. The score now is 68 for 4. And the partnership for the 5th wicket is already 26. And is by a long shot the best partnership from the visitors.
Changes. Only allowed 1 bowler to bowl 3 up front, but the rest he mixed them up nicely. Don't let the batter settle. So again, it's 3 from Chanji from the more side in. Let's see what's up. More bowlers mixing up. More in the field, you know. Deep point out, sweep on the boundary, so he'll go wide of his stumps, try to fool
pitch, strong straight drive from Laycock.
The batter was up for it and he bounced to either stand back for about 17 of 12.
So much Tanzi went on to left. Strongly moved leave out Tanzi. Was in the orders for a while, and for KwaZulu-Natal is now in the garden route. And once again they go. They was from behind square on the leg side.
He's on 28 from 28. He's quietly going along with his business here, setting up for the back in the innings.
Lots of changes to the field for the left side.
Top guy, he's going back to the inside of the field. Comes up to his normal position, so it means the leg side is quite open.
Around the wicket to Nipper. And that one is played down to third and wide and only four.
Okay, that's Carl Nipper.
No slipping position, well executed shot.
And we just need to be careful here. It's the second boundary is over. Like I said earlier, let's not lose momentum here. Keep momentum over to the batting side. It's Carl Nipper, quite smart batter. He moves to 32.
Critical stage phase in the Tuskers batting innings, the partnership for the fifth wicket between Nipper and Laycock. That is a short delivery, but Tyrese Carlos is underneath the scoreboard on mid wicket and 1 run forward to the total. That just a very good start, but the momentum is moving away from them slightly but surely. Okay, so Watson Tanzi out to square leg. Kelly Smuts comes into the game, one more added to the total. So that's the end of the 12th over. 79 for 4 and a very good recovery. The partnership for this wicket already 37 runs for the fifth wicket between Nipper, who's on 33 from 30, and Justin Laycock, who's on 19 from 15. Both of them batting faster than one ball.
They're bowling nicely. They should still feel like they control this game here. The current score 79 to 4. They're just trying to break this partnership. Just sense something building here. And the current run that's only at 6.6, but should be picking up from here.
Yeah, the past over from Tanzi was the most expensive over in the Tuskers innings. 11 runs from it and no wicket. So very good over from the Tuskers point of view. As we've got Laycock is facing the right hander Liabona Malefi, and that's a dot. Malefi was into his third over. He conceded 13 in his first two, and he got the wicket of John T. Rapulana. Malefi to Laycock, into the gap towards the left, and George van Heerden does the fielding, and he'll pick up the single. Leafy to Nipper. And just wide of a diving fielder. Good fielding done in the deep. And that is 2 runs added to the total.
Shot from Carl Nipper there. In the extra cover region. He's picked up 2.
He's very organized, very calm and very collective of the wickets that fall around him, and he's integral in building his partnership. This one is hit also to the offside, and they will not take on the arm of Heath Richards, and they will settle for a single.
He's been around to where he's going for a long time now. You know exactly how to react in this scenario and situation to go. He's playing it perfect. Got a partnership with 31.
Low risk partnership. Showing a lot of experience, a lot of composure. Malifi to Laycock. And this will be another single. 16 wide of the fielder. Thomas Carver does the fielding. 1 run added to the total. The way that the Tuskers are batting now, they can feel that 140 is within their reach. It's a slow action from the fielder. Fine ball in a circle. So it's much easier. Allows the batters to score.
Again, Major's hand with that over. Wonder who the Tuskers is aiming. They'll probably aim target one bowler to take down. We have to wait and see who that bowler is going to be, as they're trying to just up the momentum, tempo the batting moves here.
Carver to Nipper. Contact with the pads. That was way down leg. Straight to the fielder, this is George van Heerden. He's on the long off boundary. It's only 1 run added to the total. The Badgers won't mind singles in this period of the day.
It's going according to their plan here. Happy with the stage they're going where they're at. They're rated 6.5. Was really threatening them, the Tuskers here.
Again, it will be well executed shot from Nipper. He'll pick up 6. That's a great cricket shot from Nipper.
That's an excellent shot. As I mentioned, he was eyeing that area out and he knocked it over there. Got it for 6 on exit club. Great cricket shot.
Takes Nipper to 44. It's quite a threatening partnership as the partnership reached 51 between Nipper and Laycock. Carver to Nipper. Pick up to into the gap. Very clever wicket from Nipper. 46. That's very smart.
Very smart there. Nicely played. Good tempo balls from his dugout there. It's a good over for the Tuskers. 94 for 4. Great experience. He moves off. 26 from 38 balls in his partner. Laycock is in 22 from 19.
Badgers will need to make a plan here. They lost momentum for the last couple of overs. Sensible, very good cricket from the Tuskers. It's becoming a battle of attrition here.
So we'll have to see how it plays out. Bottom of the effort, trusted to go. This last over here. Practice partnership. Can he produce something special like he did the last game? The brilliant catch of his took in his last game. Can he do something? His team was after.
Laycock also seems to be very strong, well built batsman. But look at things getting a lot more. We've still got 6 overs. The way they're carrying on, moving ever closer to the par score here, which is 160, I think. Sensible cricket from Carmichael. Low risk, just hitting it out to long off, where the field has been done by Kenny Smith.
The Tuskers did the opposite. They found themselves on the position and they picked up their ones. That's a big one.
Just what I said. That is a tee off from Gilson. Gilson like pardon from Laycock, and he will pick up 6. A very strong fellow. The way that he that cricket ball.
Good shot there.
Yes, and as we said earlier, it's quite a big boundary towards the scoreboard end of the ground. It's a big one, and he picked up maximum.
Like I said just now, the singles was taken up front, so they felt like they got stuck. They just kept on taking his strike. The boundaries they were taking it. That's why they went to 100 up. Okay, good shot down the ground here. Oh, yeah.
From the Badgers. Back-to-back boundaries. For Laycock taking to 33.
It's 12 already. This is the big over we lost. We're looking to take down. Not very good fielding down at level. Previous over we did not have down from the other side. But just fumbled that one and went down for 4. Did the hard work to get to it, but just didn't pick it up cleanly.
It's a very good over from Tuskers, and I think that ball went down the road to Freda Street. That ball is gone. There was some other matches on today. Kimberley, the Northern Cape Heat, is taking on the Eastern Cape Yachty, and the Limpopo Impalas, the defending champions. They are up in Polokwane at the Polokwane Cricket Club, where they take on the Eastern Storm. The Eastern Storm currently is top of the lot. They played 3 and they won 3. They're on 12 points. And Limpopo Impala, they fresh from a bonus point victory on Saturday here against the Badgers in Oudtshoorn. As the ball is back, and Laycock is on 33, and he will face Mona Malifi, already conceded 12 runs in his first 4 balls of his last over. You can see the intent from Laycock. He's not going to hang around anymore. He would like to push up that total and to increase the run rate, which already moved to 7.3 to the over. End 15 overs, 109 for 4.
Just connecting.
15 from that over, it's a very expensive over, and they collected 14 from the previous over, so 29 from the last 2 overs. There you can see the scorecard. Nipper on 48 from 40 deliveries, and Laycock on 34 from 23. It's already a half-century partnership for the 5th wicket. The bowling figures, Alifi went for 33, picked up 1 wicket, and Carl Jacobs, he bowled 2 overs and he conceded 12 runs. Either way, it's going to be a very interesting afternoon of cricket. We've still got 25 overs of cricket left. As Carl Jacobs will bowl his namesake, Carl Nipper. Which one of the 2 Carls will come out on top here? Jacobs to Nipper, and that one is hit towards the right of Van Heerden, and misfield and 4 runs. Mistake starts creeping in here. That is the half century, a well played half century from Carl Nipper. Well deserved half century, sensible and great maturity shown here by the experienced Nipper.
The bench glass coming through here. It's a bit up here from the field and outside, but great block, nevertheless. Bench to stop it. Absolutely. Just Carl's field. People in the boundary.
There's the appeal for LBW, and that's the breakthrough. Carl Jacobs come on top of Carl Nipper. He trapped him late before 52, but a very good partnership between Laycock and Nipper.
Nipper doesn't look happy with that decision from the umpire, but he's got to tuck his bat under his own himself.
Yes, that was a wicket at a very critical stage of the innings. As I said, a very good knock from Nipper. Trapped leg before by Jacob for 52, first 41 deliveries. It's for our viewers to decide. The umpire, Olivier, adjudicated as leg before.
Move on, that will bring the captain to the
Very experienced campaigner, played for Free State, he played for the Knights, and since the revised structure of which we are in season 5 now, of domestic cricket in South Africa, he finds himself with Tuskers. He also captained them as they got promoted to Division 1 and then relegated to Division 2 back again, and he is an integral player in their lineup.
experience, nice experience here. Another player to go down. We'll look to come and finish this innings obviously. We're bigger in partnership here. That's what.
Just to remind our viewers that the Badgers won the toss and they decided to field, and it's a dot ball as he went straight back to Carl Jacobs. Tuskers found themselves in big trouble at the score of 45 for 4, but thanks to a good partnership between Nipper and Laycock, they resurrect the innings. They're now 113 for 5, become 114 for 5 as Adelang gets off the mark with his second delivery.
Obviously, it's a great block on there for Tuskers.
Yes, as I mentioned, they conceded 29 runs, the Badgers, in overs number 13 and 14. breakups to Erlang and give himself some room, feeling nicely done, and no run added to the total. So that's the end of over number 16. The score now 115 for 5. 4 more overs to go, and they're batting at 7.23 over, and they will need to push it on.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously that last week and last day at Netball, it's just going to bring a whole lot of things in particular, but I'm sure these two batters are skillful enough to make sure they get the ground and just go 8s and 9s to move it back in. They'll probably look for another over or two. It's going to be 14 plus. It's going to be quite a challenge for them against the Badgers, bowling a cat. Went home and did some homework, and obviously try and execute it today, and it came off nicely for them.
Laycock will be a dangerous batsman. He's still got plenty of time to show his power hitting, as we will see Lifan Tanzi from the furthest stream end of the ground.
And still a lot of movement in the field, just trying to protect and trying to make sure it goes to the right place. He's opting to have both fine leg and third man up into the ring. Long off, long one in the boundary, car corner and deep with wicket on the leg side, and then will be offside, sweep the boundary.
Tanzi into Laycock.
Short,
Exactly what I spoke about, and that is a well-hit, powerful hit, boundary for 4.
it's a little short arm jab from Laycock. This guy looks like he can clear the boundary. Straight and square the wicket as he moves on to 39. What a great shot, as we can see there. Just a little punch.
Yeah, but look at that. Seems to me that he will always also be somebody to be aware of in the boxing ring.
That yeah, the pressure. As Laycock knocks it to the and getting an open space there.
Yeah, I think Erlang will try to get Laycock on strike. That should be the plan.
So, short boundary. His right hand side.
Right.
Trying to drop his shoulders out to the field. Doesn't take the boundary.
It's a short land in comparison to the outside of the left hand. We saw Laycock easily clearing the long boundary on the western side of the ground. 10 shown, 1 bounce, feeling is tightly been done, and 1 run added for Erlang. That's dangerous. Laycock was on 40 from 26 balls on strike, just on strike.
Yeah, 6 over and 10 over so far. But everyone good feeling he missed out on that one. Bounce the ball. Just Laycock instructed, see how he takes his ball.
That's a well-ball delivery, restricting Laycock to a single. They will try to come back for the second, and they capitalise.
Yeah, good running, good running.
Very good running between wickets.
As you might do here with some massive gap there, so there is a lot to ask you to cut into as well. Tuskers back, some momentum here. Short and wide, and Laycock pounced on that. Cut over point for 4. Not what Valley wanted from his bowler here. As this over is becoming very expensive. Exactly what the Tuskers need here for their momentum. That brings Laycock to 46 of 27 balls. Great innings so far.
That's a great shot. Capitalise on that delivery. And you will need to be on the money against Laycock, because as I mentioned earlier, and we saw that, he's a strong hitter of a cricket ball. Very sensible, he will pick up only a single there, but he will not let mind, he will keep strike.
Times over, going quite expensive.
13 runs from the over, right?
Yeah, but going to just giving momentum away. 2 balls, 3 balls, and over just leaving the stumps. The bat is always good enough to bounce it away. It brings the current score for 128 for 5 after 17. Last 3, current run rate 7.5. set up here for this little dig here for the last two battles?
Yes, Laycock, he will keep an eye on the short boundary on his leg side.
The badges will obviously try to tied up in the field here for his last three. And the guard is very important. He's got this trying to push his ones into twos.
The experienced Carver to Laycock. His intent was very clear, swing and a miss. Can Carver outmaneuver the dangerous Laycock? I must say I'm very impressed with him. And it's wide it. So there will be one more delivery that he must bowl in this over.
Laycock's not showing the reverse.
No intent shown.
yet.
No intent shown yet. Once again, very good running. From the body language of Carver, you can see that he's quite annoyed. Was his plan to restrict Laycock to a single? He picked up a single there, a couple. This one will only be a single. I was about to say a Laycock wicket here can be a game changer.
That moves in to 50. Really well played. 50 or 52 balls.
Yes, besides grade 50, a little cameo here from Laycock. He was also involved in a partnership with Kyle Nipper to resurrect the innings of the Tuskers. So it's Carver to Erlang. Pick up a single. Studies Carlsen. He did a lot of fielding today. The ball was following him. He is a good fielder. And he was actually faultless today in the field. Thus far. Two overs left, 2 balls left in this, the 18th over. Carver to Laycock. It's well bowled. Restricted to a single. Will they give Erlang a single here to keep him on strike?
Knock it down the ground, try to get strikes so we can take the first with the next over and shoot the side.
It will be a single to George van Heeren and long off, and Erlang will stay on strike. From where we are in the game, not a bad over from Carver. So it takes the score to 135, so only 7 runs from the over, and that includes that wide. So 18 overs bowled, 135 for 5, 2 overs to go, and will Laycock and Erlang take the Tuskers to 160? I think that will be the aim. My fellow technicians here in the commentary box are not for their heads. They watch lots of cricket here in the recreation ground, and we will see Irfan Tanzi bowling from the furthest end of the ground to Erlang. And he will keep an eye on the short boundary on his leg side towards the eastern side of the ground, right underneath the office complex, dressing room facilities and clubhouse. And Tanzi runs in. Oh, that's a magnificent shot. But it's well stopped, but it's only a single. It's a very good interaction there, and it was a great shot. Was it between... Seems to be Kenny Smuts and Keenan Vieira does the fielding there to stop down.
Tuskers, we think, is a bit lazy running there.
I agree with you. Very good running between the wickets, but it's not bad news for them as Laycock is on strike. And that is a magnificent hit. It is into the car park. 6 runs to Laycock and he's on fire.
Laycock again picking it up. He's hitting over the mid-wicket area there. And Tanzi bowling to the batter's strengths again. As Tanzi went for 6s in his second ball.
Bearing in mind the Tuskers after 10 overs were 60 or 59 for 4. So by the look of things, they can basically score 100 runs from the second 10 overs or the last 10 overs of the innings. Laycock, this one is taken. Good catch taken by Kelly Smuts on the boundary. And still a very important wicket for Lifan Tanzi. A great knock, a cameo from Justin Laycock. 57 from 34 deliveries, and the Badgers will be very, very happy to see his departure.
Yeah, Badgers will be excited to see the back, the in batter there. As we saw these intentions, clear to take it on this second last over the innings.
Didn't get underneath that one, the way did it look? Not a great connection. Kelly Smuts on the boundary, and he takes the catch.
Yeah, the Badgers opting to take pace off the ball, I think. Captain Edward also mentioned to his team that it's quite well with the ball into the wicket at no pace. And also targeting that big boundary. Again, good luck from Laycock. That will bring the wicketkeeper to the crease, Zuma.
Yes, Ntando Zuma. We haven't seen a lot of him this season as yet. And Tanzi will bowl to the wicketkeeper, as you mentioned, Ntando Zuma. It's a well bowled, slow delivery, and only a single. Very sensible bowling from Lee from Tanzi. Yes, he travelled quite a lot. Specifically, Laycock, who got a hold of him. He hit a big boundary just before he was dismissed from Tanzi into Erlang. Oh, that's well bowled. Lifan Tanzi. As I mentioned earlier, he's from KwaZulu-Natal. Played quite a lot of cricket there. His first season here with the Badgers. Also a man with broad shoulders. It's quite expensive today, but as you said, some credibility with that wicket of Laycock to his bowling figures today. Inside edge, well stopped by Yasin Wali. It's a very good piece of fielding from Yasin Wali. Couldn't construct a run out, but he still prevented certain boundary from the inside edge of Erlang. So that brings us to the last over, 144 for 6. And also the end of Tanzi's final over. Yes, he will go the last over, 144 for 6. Yes, and after 8 overs they were 45 for 4. This one is straight up, it should be a catch. The catch is taken, and that's a departure of Erlang. Lifan Tanzi, ball was hit straight up, very high, and a wicket for Jacobs. In one sense that it's a good start for the Badgers in his last over.
Badgers can grab this momentum and take it into their batting innings. They're finishing the bowling innings pretty well here. Restricting the Tuskers. You see Kyle.
Catch from Tanzi. Look, you will always have ebb and flow in a game like this. The badges are quite happy the way they call themselves back here, because a few overs ago 160 was on the card with dangerous Laycock in there. His departure was obviously crucial in restricting them to it seems to be below 160. 144 for 7, 5 balls in the innings. Lela, you're facing Jacobs. And that will be a single. Face one ball, he's in one, and no strike. Jacobs. Quite good bowling figures, 2 for 19 thus far. They opened the bowling today. A bit short. They won't mind the single. .146 for 7, 3 balls to go. And there should be a run out. Oh, that is not very clever cricket from the Badgers. Diabona Malefi. Himself. That could have been the end of Lela. Not good cricket from the Badgers. Jacobs. At 6. It should have been a run out. Has now become a boundary 6 and getting the Tuskers beyond 150.
Tuskers will be happy with that. Start early on.
Little mistakes like that in a T20 game can be the difference between winning and he's bowled him. And that is the end of the innings. 157, 153 for 8 after 20 overs. After they've been 45 for 4. A partnership of 70 and more by Carl Nipper and Laycock resurrect the innings. Took them to 153 for 8. Warren, will that be enough?
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Barca was 160, so this is just a little bit short there. They feel like, they will probably feel like they cannot get the end towards the back end of the innings here, especially with the start they had. But as we see, they've got 50, 55, they've got 52 or 42 balls. That was a crucial part. So it was quite decent bowling there. Jacobs went 3 for 27 and 4. He also pulled back nicely.
A very impressive bowling performance from Sinto Majizo, 2 for 12 for 3 overs. It should have been used a little bit more, I think.
He could have ended up with things, but he did his job up front, did exactly what the captain and leaders asked for him to strike up front, which he did. And that's why the Tuskers were under pressure in the power play.
Please stay with us. We will take a break, quick break, as 2 teams will change innings, and we will be back soon.
Something
So we're back here at the recreation ground in Oudtshoorn for the Badgers running chase. Just to recap, the Badgers won the toss earlier this afternoon and they opted to bowl first. They had the Tuskers in all sorts of trouble, but courtesy of a 71-run partnership of 48 deliveries for the 5th wicket between Justin Laycock, he scored 57 from 35 balls, and the experienced Kyle Nipper 52 from 42 balls. They managed to get 153 for 8. It is going to be an interesting run chase from the Badgers this afternoon. Although it's slightly under par, 160s is par here at the recreation ground in facilities and conditions like this. There's plenty of hard work for the home team to do to get them over the line for the first time this season and in this campaign.
Exactly that. It's going to need another good partnership from these two. Leader, Vali, and then see them in form basically in here. It's currently his last 2 games with 50 plus. So this is a very important partnership for them. Not just for this innings, but for the rest of the campaign. As you will see, Daza will take the new ball for the Tuskers and try and break through this very important partnership.
Yes, the Badgers did exceptionally well in the power play. They restricted the Tuskers to a very mediocre 34 for 3 after 6 overs. But as I've mentioned, that partnership for the 5th wicket between Nipper and Laycock certainly laid a foundation for the Badgers to restrict the Tuskers to only 153 for 8. So Bujaza is an experienced campaigner. He will open the bowling from the northern end of the ground and he will bowl to the captain, skipper Yasin Vali, who's on strike. Well negotiated, and he will pick up a single from that one. It was a short pitch delivery. The fielding is done out on the deep and Vali is off strike. He missed the previous match due to an hamstring injury, and I must say I was quite impressed with his wicket-keeping skills today.
Yeah, quite a dynamic cricketer as well. Not bad with the ball in hand, so he can come up with other options for the coaches here. I was a little comfortable this first, but I didn't.
No, he didn't. It's very early days. Let's hope that he will be back at his very best very soon. Bujaza, he runs in, he bowls left arm around the wicket to Vali, plays and miss, and the keeper Zuma does the rest. Yes, Vali also experienced campaigner. He played for the Tuskers the past 2 seasons, and he's back and skipper here at the recreation ground in Oudtshoorn. A much needed victory that's on the horizon for the Badgers today. But it will take some hard work against a very experienced outfit from the Tuskers. Just a push to the offside and sneaky single. He's a very good runner between the wickets and he will be on strike. He'll be very happy with his form. The opening game against the Eastern Storm he scored half 50, and then on Saturday against Limpopo Impala he scored 58.
Yes, Vieira on strike now. The way they can play all around the ground, showed us exactly that he's not scared. The Tuskers be well aware of that. There's a current field is opting for run slip, finding up to the boundary. Deep square out very attacking, quite tight in the inner ring. So they want to keep the top.
He's very tight and in the ring. He's improvising batsman, and he does on the money.
A little bit of shape back into the right hander.
Quite a strong spinning department. Visitors, likes of Adelang, skipper Whitehead. Calder, of course. Vieira against Bujaza. exactly what we spoke about, but this time you will get an edge and a well taken catch, and that's the end of Keenan Vieira.
Yeah, not to start. The Badgers wanted the informed batter on his way back to the dugout. Maybe we should just start just with conventional cricket shots. It's always a massive risk to take early on, and the Tuskers strike with the Daz over this first wicket.
Yes, if the Badgers can take a leaf out of the page of the Tuskers, there's no rush early up. Nipper showed that, and his batting partner Laycock exactly the same, playing very conventional cricket up front, and the Badgers lost their first wicket in the first over.
So he's going to argue the fine leg was up, but if it goes over there, it goes behind him. But early on, he lost his wicket. That brings Carl Jacobs to the crease.
Yes, he bowled quite well today, Carl Jacobs.
As we saw earlier in the Tuskers innings, they were 2 down to 16 after the third over. They lost obviously 3 wickets in the power play, but did not panic. So hopefully the Badgers or these two at the crease now play a similar role to what Laycock and Nipper did. They lost all the wickets. The Gaza strikes here, and he still will be up as he runs into Carl.
Yeah, I think your approach of the batters should be low risk conventional cricket. Play themselves in, and the rest will take care of itself.
Still attacking field there for Gaza.
It's a very close call, and you can see the body language of the Tuskers. They thought they had their batsman out. So I look at it again.
Could be some back there.
This was probably what saved Jacobs there.
A good start from Vidaza there, current score 3-4-1.
And that's the first over. So Ziad Abrams, he was Port Elizabeth last season. He also played, of course, for the Cobras, for Boland, and he will go to Yassin Valley from the Frida Street end, where Wimpinel, who is officiating in his first T20 provincial match, will be on strike. He will be the officiating umpire. Courtesy of Zuma, who made the late changes. There's an edge to that. Just wide of the diving Zuma, and it's 4 runs.
So he's getting the outside edge of Valley. The first ball of his sprout went for a boundary, obviously through first slip in the wicket keeper there. Chance missed there for the Tuskers, and will that cost him?
Nice shape there. Nice shape and a pretty good delivery from Ziad Abrams. Still can't believe these unlucky proceedings that happen here.
Takes him back to seat. Mistaken.
Exactly. Yassin Valley will take the 4. Abrams run in to Yassin Valley. Out. On the circle. Not off. No addition to the score.
Yeah, obviously Valley just after the previous fixture. One before that. Very good partnership even Vieira up front, so he's going to try and do the same here. Try and knock the ball around, get himself in. Great shot through the covers for full.
That is a magnificent cricket shot from Yassin Vali.
It's like to the fuller side from Abraham, and Valley pouncing that good weight transfer through that ball in. Great cricket shot for full.
Yeah, this can be a very cruel game. If you just miss out on the wicket, Vali strike back. And a magnificent cover drive from Yassin Vali on the back foot.
We've seen this happen so many times. Drop catch, all goes for a boundary after that.
Seems like Evans can generate some pace here.
Really smart bowler. They know exactly when to take the pace off the ball.
Abrams to Vali. Straight to cover. No run added to the total. 11 for 1. The wicket that went down was the one of Keenan Vieira. Second ball caught behind the wicket after we try an improvised shot behind square. This one short, out to square leg, and it will take the total to 12 for the loss of 1 after the second over.
Yeah, bear just take that over there. So you are testing both sides of the wicket, slightly from the side, and you can bounce to the floor to the covers. It's the other side of the wicket now. Just going to single. Bezos is still think they're in charge here. I know they lost the wicket up front, but it's still good intent to show that.
Well, there's an international game in Abu Dhabi on its way. South Africa playing against Ireland. South Africa win the toss and they are 77 for 3. Ryan Rickleton on 39 and Tristan Stubbs on 20. As we watch Budaza, and he will bowl to the captain Yassin Vali. He's around the block for quite a while, Budaza. Played plenty of cricket around the country. That's well negotiated by Vali, down to the third man. Tenet shot, and it will become a single. Jacobs is on strike, and that is a wide. Talking about wides, Badgers only bowled 5 wides in their innings, 3 of them from Thomas Carver. Into Jacobs, he's yet to open his account. On his second ball, that's a magnificent straight drive for Paul. That's a class shot from Jacobs.
So Jacobs picks up his first run. Boundary is 4-2. Like they say, it's no fielder behind the bowler, so great cricket shot up front there. Great good strong positions. Good start there, Carlton.
Budaza to Jacobs, just in for a boundary, and this one will go for 4 again. Over the top, over cover for 4.
Shot again, worth given, and Carl bounced the net for the second boundary, and Budaza's over.
And the shot was definitely on.
Yeah, exactly. Worth was given. Carl didn't think twice of taking it. Karen scored 22 for 1. After 2.3. Budaza under pressure here to get off his over.
Well, there's another match between the Eastern Storm and the Limpopo Impalas. Eastern Storm is currently top of the lock. They scored 200 and the Impalas 41 without loss. That's a very much better comeback from Budaza. Yeah, the sniff to that one. Through to the keeper and zoom on. No run added for the total. On the other hand, Northern Cape Heat is playing the Eastern Cape Yati. Northern Cape Heat scored 158 for 8. Similar to what happened here at the recreation ground. That's a full toss and he's driven out for 4. Outfield is quick and Jacobs will move to 12.
Yeah, big over, good over for the Badgers here and Carl Jacobs. We'll take that full toss. Any time they day for 4. Karen scored 26 for 1.
The over's gone, as you said, 26 for 1. Quite an expensive over from Budaza. After he only conceded 3 runs in his first over, he went for 13 in his second. So Abrams will bowl his second over, the 4th over of the innings. Conceded also 2 boundaries in his previous over. The one, you can say, a bit of luck. If there's something like luck in cricket, we'll go to the captain, Yassin Bali, who's on strike. And that is 4 more for Yassin Bali, just wide of the gully.
Again, Abrams finding the outside of the gully, but now he beats third man. It's like he to his left for a boundary for his second boundary. He moves on to 17 after 12. As the current score is 30.
I've mentioned earlier that the Badgers take a conventional basic approach, but I don't think they will mind to be 30 for 1 and into the 4th over. A very good start to have the momentum. So
It's finally up.
yeah, that third man he dropped to the boundaries, Budaza. Yassin Vali pounds that one, good recovers for 4, that's a beautiful cricket shot. Vali moves to 17.
Yeah, Vali well on top here. Just stayed slightly leg side of the ball and stood on top of it as he hits. Ziyad for his second boundary in this over. Badgers well on top here.
That is a magnificent cricket shot, just wide of point, towards a long boundary. It's a quick outfield, but the connection was super. This one, Buddy. Worked it around the corner to fine leg. Snapper who's on the circle and does tidy fielding, no run added to the score. went down the wicket. Not sure what that was necessary, but there's no run added to the total.
His intentions here, trying to unsettle Abrams. Just shoot it down a little slightly. It gets the best of the contact here. Still a lot ball for Abrams, and he's trying to put this over back. He's 8 in this over already. Still 2 balls left. This partnership with 31. Okay, with 31 is supposed to do his boundaries.
Delivery, it's also wide of the umpire Wimpinel, and it takes a score to 35. When the Tuskers were at 35, they already lost 3 wickets. Given away, and that one bounce 4. Now there was With given a short pitch delivery, and Yasin Vali capitalised, and that's a well played boundary shot from Vali, taking the score to 39.
Great shot, Vali there. Capital backward point for 1 bounce 4. Vali on top of Abrams here. Abrams is currently 1.5. What was this already? Considered 22 runs.
And how unlucky he was with his very first delivery, almost got the wicket of Vali.
Slump is up now, goes into wicket.
We'll test the captaincy of Erlang today. He hasn't got a lot of runs to play with. That's a well done delivery, and he beats the outside edge of the bat. End of the over, end of the 4th over, 39 for 1. Very good start by the Badgers.
Exactly what they wanted. They started nicely with the bat there. As earlier with the ball as well. So.
And we will immediately see a bowling change. From the commentary box end of the ground, we will see the introduction of spin for the first time today. And Sean Gilson, one of plenty of spin bowlers in the bowling lineup of the Tuskers, will start with his spell. Remember, they've got Sean Whitehead, Erlang, which the Badgers did exceptionally well today to a great extent. There's only that 71-run partnership for the 5th wicket between Laycock and Nipper. Wilson immediately on the money. Talking about spin bowlers, they've also got Nipper in the spin bowling department. So we can assume that we will see quite a lot of spin today. Jacobs go over the top. Will they go all the way? He does. It's a big hit. It's 6 more.
Yeah, great shot, Carl Jacobs. He goes straight and he goes for the maximum. He is 18 of 7.
The partnership a very healthy 42.
Exactly what the Badgers asked for. Good aggressive start.
Gilson. Same shot, same result, 6 runs.
Good post there. Carl Jacobs. Back to back maximums here. Jacobs. Next 50 up, 51 without loss. There's 3 balls still left in this over.
Yes, and for a change, the word is spreading in town that there's a victory maybe on its way. It's very early days still to talk. Wednesday afternoon we see a good influx of spectators here at the very picturesque recreation ground in Oudtshoorn. Around the wicket this time, and dead ball called by umpire Andre Oliver. This one is to square leg. With the left hand, Sean Whitehead does the pulling. I don't think the Badgers will mind a dot ball on the right now. That is copy paste from the previous delivery. He plays it to square leg. Whitehead is next to square leg umpire Pimpinel does the fielding, returning to Gilson, no run added to total. And that is the breakthrough. That's a departure of Jacobs. I think he will be very annoyed with himself. Great composure shown by the visitors, caught in the covers, and that's the departure of Carl Jacobs. The partnership was 48 for the second wicket.
Yeah, pity there, Carl Jacobs again. Frustration will kick in again. No momentum and just lose a wicket. Credit to Gilson here. Still giving it some air. Asking Carl to hit it over the top. But just got the slightly outside off the back. It's straight
to the captain, Adelan. So yeah, it's the captain. Adelan taking the catch there. Straight in his throat. So that's the end of the fifth over, 51 for 2. We have a view there of the Badgers duckout. They're very pensive there, flocking around the coaching staff as we see the entrance of George van Heerden. Well, they need 103 more runs from 15 overs to take this one home. And another bowling change from the Freda Street end of the ground. And it will not be spin, but it will be Tabisu Ndlela. Quite surprised, I was expecting spin to introduce also from the Freda Street end of the ground. And the responsibility on the shoulders of the captain Yasin Wali become more and more important and bigger. Ndlela to Wali. Once again, needed to Carl Nipper. Fine leg was on the circle, smart fielding, preventing a single.
Someone just to back with him, but just lose this it's momentum going down. Need someone to hang around with him.
We need a captain's innings here. Full stop. Bowling from there. Somebody's on 25 from 19 deliveries. Played a few very impressive shots all around the wicket. It's gone, there was an edge there, and that's the departure of Ali. 51 for 3. Even Stevens here at Recreation Ground all of a sudden.
Yeah, great delivery from Ndlela. Right on that front foot, the top off stump there. And Wali got a bit lucky early on. Some outside edges, but this time he found the edge. And it went straight to the keeper, Zuma. Well bowled there.
Yeah, it's never plain sailing, I suppose. And the Badgers will need to dig deep in their batting lineup as they're 51 for 3 all of a sudden after they've been 48 for 1 a few balls ago.
Yeah, Tuskers coming back here in this power play. Not standing back, not letting it just play out by itself. They're still very attacking, bowling attacking lines. It's beautiful, beautiful line and length bowling from this young man here. We got the outside of the ball. That brings a big heat reaches to the crease. 2 new batters. Crucial moment here for the Badgers. Mr. Kennedy?
Absolutely. The game can change quickly, and there was a great delivery from Ndlela. Just getting the outside edge through to the keeper Zuma, and that's the departure of the captain Valley. So we've got Van Heerden and Richards, both of them yet to face a delivery. I said earlier that at least 2 of the batters from the team that will win today, should the Badgers get over the line, they will need to play a responsible, conservative knock, because that's what's needed. They've got a hard-hitting Heath Richards on strike now.
Very attacking, going these sides are very attacking up front, which is good. They feel that they got the Badgers down and they want to keep them down here, so let's see what they can come up with. How the Badgers will fight back.
It will also be a test of character and composure for Heath Richards today. He's a man that can destroy any innings, but the circumstances today are different. Let's get bat on ball.
This is the excellent over so far.
Very good bowling. Hasn't conceded a single run in Ndlela. And every single ball was right on the money.
And again, attacking those stumps. Apart from the first ball that Valley thought he missed out on, but the very next ball was on it. And he got the outside edge. He's running into Richards now.
Richards is off the mark. And that also brought an end to a very impressive opening over from Tabiso Ndlela.
And that's the end of the power play. If you compare the 2 teams, the Tuskers were 34 for 3 at this stage, and the Badgers finding themselves 52 for 3. So slightly ahead with runs, but also lost the top 3 in a similar stage. That will bring another change of bowling from the Morse Riverside end.
Sean Whitehead is bowling from exactly the same end where he picked up 10 wickets in a match 3 seasons ago here against the Eastern Storm in a first-class game.
The game's still very much in the balance here. Let's see how these 2 batters is going to take this little challenge on.
And Whitehead will challenge them. There's no 2 stories about that. He runs into Richards. And Richards will be satisfied. He hits this one out to Ziad Abrams at long on. And it's 1 run added to the total. And that will bring George van Heerden, who has yet to face a delivery, on strike. He is the type of batsman for which the circumstances are made up.
Yeah, George will play this, hopefully he'll play this well. Knocks the ball around quite nicely. A young batter that's shown good potential, good intent when he's at the crease.
New energy for the Tuskers. Is there an injury there?
Looked like he just fell a bit funny there.
On the shoulder. He seems to be fine.
Nipper.
Yeah, that's Kyle Nipper. Still holding his shoulder. Whitehead to Van Heerden. And sloppy fielding from Budaza. What shouldn't have been a single is now a single, and it brings Richards back onto strike.
Yeah, it's quite a long way down for Budaza, doesn't it?
It is.
Quite a tall man.
Sensible batting from Richards. It's this one, and Whitehead himself does the fielding. Sean Whitehead, this is no foreign territory for him. He's been very successful at this ground in all formats of the game, and he will be hungry to show that there's still plenty of cricket in his career left. Van Heerden on the back foot.
Again, Whitehead not leaving the stumps here.
Whitehead was pretty unhappy when he got dismissed leg before today. So maybe there's a bit of anger still in the back of his mind.
Yeah, it's typical spin bowlers mentality. Fighters, they're going to keep fighting.
Just making sure he's get bat on ball. A satisfied first over. He can be satisfied with his first over. Whitehead, he only conceded 3, 7 overs bowled, 55 for 3. The Badgers, they need to rebuild their innings. Still a long way to go to a winning target here at the recreation ground.
Yeah, the Badgers got their noses slightly in front here if you compare the two teams at this stage. But they were well aware that there's 2 new batters, where the Tuskers found themselves with 1 batter that was still building his partnership or building his innings.
Yeah, they're still 98 runs away from victory here, and they've got 13 overs left. So Tabiso Ndlela had a very good opening over, and he will bowl to the strongly bowled Heath Richards, who's on strike. We'll get a single from that. A little bit tentative, but the run was on.
Yeah, good punch down the ground there. Good hand from the bowler. Just looking down here at the third man boundary, Carl Nipper still holding it left shoulder. As we're aware of that, Easy's bowling on.
Yeah, he's in some desperate pain
I'm sorry,
from what we could see from the commentary box.
I'm sorry, it's his right shoulder.
Yeah, it's his right shoulder, but the Badgers got off to a flyer, but they need to rebuild and reconstruct the run chase here. Protection out wide. He dropped this one short, and Van Heerden is off the mark. Takes his score to 2.
I think it might sound a bit early in the game, but it's running between the wickets. It's going to play a big role. You know, the Tuskers lost a lot of wickets in the power play, but they continue just knocking the ball, rotating the strike. And that's going to be very crucial.
Yeah, and correctly, Kyle Nipper is getting attention there from the physiotherapist. Richards, and that brought the same Nipper back into action. It's definitely his right shoulder, because he had no problem throwing that ball from the boundary with his left shoulder. One more for Heath Richards.
Yeah, Richards just coming down the wicket, trying to exit that extra cover region there, if it's worth giving. He's a very strong and powerful hitter, the cricket ball. Richards, but it's Van Heerden on strike now.
Sean Whitehead does the fielding.
Tusker still squeezing here in the 7th over, and the 8th over. They got that cover pretty tight. Inviting George to hit over the top there, so still good bowling here from the Tuskers.
Yeah, George van Heerden, he missed out the previous match due to a dislocated finger, and he will be desperate to prove a point here this afternoon. Nothing wrong with what he's currently doing, play himself in, but also compliment to some very accurate and good bowling from Thabiso and Lela.
And Lela's on the money here. His current figures is reading 1 for 4. And he's got 1 ball left of his second over. He's trying to squeeze the badges here, trying to force him into a false shot. He's still carrying a first slip, and as I said, that they're taking slip out and moving into mid wicket.
It's good to see the Badgers women's team also amongst the spectators, flocking around the coach Martelies van der Merwe and Lela to Richards, straight to the fielder, no run added to the total. Sorry, that was George van Heerden who was on strike. And the end of another very good over from Thabiso and Lela. 8 overs gone, 58 for 3.
Yeah, the Tuskers got this matchup right here. They're bowling the left arm spinner to both right-handers, and it's quite an experienced bowler, and Shaun Whitehead. Feel like this is the matchup that's going to tell us what's going to happen towards the back end of this game.
It's going to be interesting. Whitehead to Richards.
Ooh.
That's a good delivery from Whitehead. They obviously know one another. Whitehead played here lots of his cricket at the recreation ground for 2 seasons. And I think he did a lot of net bowling in his career to Richards. Very clever bowling from Whitehead. Another dot ball.
Yeah, Whitehead crawling his team back in there with all these dots.
That will be a single. But once again, intelligent bowling from Whitehead.
We can feel this game nicely balanced out here. Who's going to be the brave one to throw the punch, to try and take momentum to their side?
You can feel the tension. Oh, it's a great delivery from Whitehead. He beat Van Heerden in and out.
Yeah, good ball there. You still feel like the Badgers don't need to do anything stupid, don't need to panic?
No, I don't think so, but playing mind games here, Whitehead. He will chatting and he will talking to the batsman and remind him that he's on top.
Ooh.
Once again, on the back foot. And it's a single as Ziad Abraham runs in and does the fielding.
Yeah, good pace off the boundary there from Jet. Good awareness that open space again is a possibility of 2 there if you punch it nicely. But Ziad was sharp enough to pick up at the batter's intent, and they cut that extra single off there.
Whitehead to Richards. Ooh. On sense that Whitehead is on top here, but nevertheless he bowled 2 overs, he only conceded 5 runs, and the runs are drying up here.
Yeah, well, Shaun Whitehead, like we said earlier, he's not going to leave the stumps. He wants the batter to take the risk and hit across the line. So, props to him for that good over.
Very well bowled. So, it seems that we will have another bowling change, and Lela bowled exceptionally well in his first 2 overs. He will be replaced. No, it will not be replaced. You will continue. Thabiso and Lela, you will continue. He only conceded 4 runs in his first 2 overs, getting an outside edge to the bat of the captain Yasin Wali, caught behind by Zuma. And then Lela runs in to Van Heerden, who's on strike. Oh, that is a great shot. He will get it through for 4. And that will release the pressure. Boundary from the first ball of the over.
Yeah, great cover drive there, Van Heerden. Exactly what the Badgers needed, just to release some of that pressure. They were waiting. We could sense that something's going to come. with the previous over that was,
Yeah, it was a magnificent shot.
yeah, good shot there.
A very pensive dugout there. Gershon Rabi and his troops. And that will be 2. No, only 1. As Nipper runs in and does the fielding from square leg. Heath Richards, he's on 6 from 11 balls. We all know his abilities with the bat, but in the circumstances he will need to play himself in. Oh, he beats the fielder, but once again there's only a single. Not very good running.
Yeah, it's good work on the outfield, cutting off at the angle.
It's also true. It is a shorter boundary, of course.
Yeah, 6 so far off Tindala over.
Van Heerden was on strike. Straight the third man, and Ziad Abrams does the fielding on the second attempt, but 1 run added to the total. Ja, Van Heerden, of course, he went to school, the same school like my fellow commentator, and also the same school which was attended by the previous South African cricket player of the century, Graham Pollock, and that is Grey High School in Port Elizabeth.
Yeah, Grey High School's got a fair history of producing some decent, not just cricketers, but sportsmen, all-round sportsmen. So.
Yeah, one reminder of Michael Catt. He's got a Rugby World Cup winning medal. And that was hit like a train, and it's 4 from Richards.
Great shot there.
Given width there. And Lela, unfortunately, he went for 11 in this over after a very good spell of his opening 2 overs. The Badgers, they move. Is it 75 now? Yeah, 71 for 3. 1 more delivery to go. You can see there on the replay, don't give Richards width. He will punish you, as was the case right here.
Yeah, this big man's looking to free his arms, and he's going to take that.
He needs some time to play himself in. He can be destructive, we all know that. He was also at Grey High School in the early days of his high school career, but he eventually matriculated at Glenwood House in George. No addition to the score, 73 for 1 after 10. Comparative scores, the Tuskers after 10 overs, they were 56 for 4, the Badgers 71 for 3, and slowly but surely this partnership is getting some momentum. They need 83 more runs from 10 overs. It's quite a simple calculation. It's 8.3 runs to the over.
Yeah, you will still think that the Badgers are slightly in front. They got the nose in front here in this chase.
And Whitehead is replaced by an even more experienced campaigner, Carl Nipper. He's bowling left arm spin. He has bowled plenty of overs here at a recreation ground and in his entire career.
Here's Whitehead here, Nipper quite experienced. He'll play with the pace nicely. Making sure that the batter can't get underneath him. To hit him over to
That's
that
1
short
run added
boundary.
to Van Heerden, who is on 10, Richards on 11. The target, 154. Nipper to Richards. Oof. You can see the experience from Nipper. You will test these 2 batsmen this afternoon. It's a hack to the square leg. On the boundary, the fielding has been done. by Kagiso Rapulana. Did not have the best of innings today. He was caught from the bowling of Leabona Malefi by Carl Jacobs. Ooh.
Yeah, Van Heeren looking at that open space there in the leg side.
Also low risk cricket by the two batters. I think the message from the dressing room was very clear. Guys, play yourself in and the rest will take care of itself. And that's a well taken single from Van Heeren. As the captain Michael Erlang does the fielding. The Tuskers undefeated thus far this season in this competition. And that one is hit very hard, but not hard enough and not good contact. Ziad Abrams, the energetic cricket player, runs around, does the fielding, and 1 run added to the total. That's the end of the 11th over, 75 for 3. And after 11 overs, the Tuskers were 68 for 4, bearing in mind it was in that time that we were in the 5th wicket partnership between Laycock and Nipper, which added 71 runs from 38 deliveries to give some substantive value to the innings of the Tuskers. I've mentioned it earlier, the Tuskers, the coach obviously is the great Ahmed Amla. His brother is the one and only Hashim Amla. And they've got an assistant coach who has also played T20 international cricket for South Africa, a lethal left-arm bowler with the name of Yusuf Abdullah.
Yeah, the Tuskers has got a bag of experience within the leadership camp there. So they'll know exactly how to react in a scenario like this. Coaches must have taken him through this period before.
So Mbulelo Budaza is around the wicket to Richards. Give himself some room, but a little bit of sloppy fielding from Ziad Abrams, and 1 run added to the total. And there is a exchange of a conversation between the two batters there. Van Heeren, I presume, is the one with the calm head on his shoulders,
Yeah,
of the two.
Yeah, you would say that, but Heath has got a calm head on his shoulders. He knows what he needs to do. He's been in this scenario before.
Very laid back character.
Yeah, definitely.
Budaza to Van Heeren. And that one will be put away. Should be a couple, as he did over the head of the skipper at mid-wicket. And 2 runs added for George Van Heeren. And he takes the score to 78.
Yeah, the badge doing nicely now. They're picking up their ones. They're picking up their 2s around, especially on those big side of the field. So they're building up, setting themselves nicely to chase this target down. But Daza's trying to break through again.
And he did straight to the fielder at point. And that is Kagiso Janti Rapulana. He played a lot of cricket for Northwest in Potchefstroom. And it's where we also represent the Lions in the franchise era. But he finds himself down now in Pietermaritzburg at the Maritzburg Oval playing for the Tuskers. The ACDC Tuskers. Ooh, well bowled. You never know what you're going to get from Budaza.
Yeah, Budaza's also type of bowler that hits his length very hard. Obviously a tall fella.
Strong shoulders,
Yep.
very laid back, walking back to his marker. Boudaza to Van Heerden. And give himself some width. Short ball, but he will only pick up a single. And Van Heerden moves to 14. Richards also on 14. Whilst Boudaza is walking back, we can just keep an eye on the score in the UAE, where South Africa is batting first. 158 for 3. Rickleton on 79 from 89 deliveries. And Tristan Stubbs went to school in this neck of the woods. He was at Neisner Primary School. Then he also moved to Grey. He's at 61 from 69 deliveries. So a good fight back from Rickleton and Stubbs as we watch Boudaza to Richards. And Richards will be happy to settle for a single. That's the end of the 12th over and the score 80 for 3. So the partnership steady and slowly progressing to 29.
Yeah, tied over from Boudaza there. I think only 5 runs from it over.
As we will see Kyle Nipper, he will continue from the commentary box end of the ground. And still a very pensive dugout there as we watch Kelly Smuts warming up. He's the next batsman in. Nipper to Richards.
At 6.
And that is what Heath Richards is renowned for.
Yeah, that short boundary. Well in his reach there. Went on his knee and just picked it up. Hit it over the car corner region for 6. Nipper under pressure for maximum, yeah.
Yeah, first ball of the over. And as I say, this game is still in the balance and it will always be in the balance. But a very important boundary from the first ball of the over from Kyle Nipper. He sets himself very high standards, Kyle Nipper, and he will be very annoyed with himself. Give himself room. It's out on the boundary, the longer boundary. The fielding has been done by the bowler who bowled so well in his first over, Tabiso and Lela, and that brings George Van Heerden on strike. Nipper to Van Heerden, and same shot, same result. It's been a while since we saw a boundary in this partnership. The 6 from the first ball of the over.
Richards goes again.
And
a flat one.
that one was hit like a train and like a bullet. 6 more added, and Richards moves to 28.
Yeah, Richards is trying to take this over as many as he can.
It is the short boundary. It's a calculated risk sometimes, bowling a spinner to right-handers with a short boundary, and Richards can be very dangerous. Ooh, there was a hand to that, but they will not take the single. Richards did not call for that. Sometimes it can be a hand to that, and it can be momentum shift and wicket down.
Yeah, but George Van Heerden was well aware of what's going on, so he's too back. Stayed in his crease there. 14 of this over so far, 1 ball left.
It is quite an expensive over with the 2 boundary 6s. Last ball Nipper to Richards, and he will pick up a single. He will keep strike. He will move to 29, and the score to 95 for 3 after 13 overs. 7 overs to go, and the Badgers are slowly but surely moving into advantage position here. But you can never say, obviously, the Tuskers, they will keep on fighting. They've got an experienced team, experienced captain, and they will test the Badgers here this afternoon. So Sean Whitehead will mark out his bowling lineup on a very unconventional way, but it works for him, and he will continue from the Freda Street end of the ground. He's got 2 overs left. He was very economical in his first 2 overs. He only conceded 5 runs And bearing in mind, should Richards go leg side, it's a very long boundary. It's within his capabilities to clear that. Whitehead to Richards. He will be settled for a single as he hit one down too long on. The fielding is done and no addition to the score.
Yeah, we feel like it.
Sorry, there's 1 run added to the score.
We feel like this is the over where you can kind of see where the momentum's going to go to. Whitehead is trying to break this partnership.
The partnership is 45 runs.
Asking his batters to hit to the big boundary, so he's going to go slightly straighted, leg stump, middle stump line. Dot ball there.
Very matured approach by Van Heerden. Remember the previous over went for 12 plus. And I think they will just like to see Whitehead out here and do not take any risks against him because he will not offer a lot of opportunities. This one he went down the ground. Will he clear it? Ooh, he does. Only just. Only just. And that's 6 runs to Van Heerden.
Yeah,
That was only just.
that ball sat in the hang in the air for a long time. We thought that fielder was going to get comfortably underneath it.
Yeah,
As
that
you
boundary
watch
6
here.
also brought up the 50 partnership for the 4th wicket between Richards and Van Heerden. You can see there on your screen 102. That's one more. This one is clear. It's over the side screen. It's a massive hit by Van Heerden.
This is exactly what I said. He's going to try and take this over on. If he goes, if Whitehead goes here, they can just knock it around. And that's exactly what the Badgers wanted to do. Take one of their main spinners down.
Yes, I've got it wrong. We thought they would just play out with Whitehead. And they took him on for 2 boundary 6s. And from nobody less than George Van Heerden. And he's all of a sudden on 23.
Great batting here from Neerden. 2 maximums.
It's changed to around the wicket. Van Heerden, sensible cricket, just pushed it into the vacancy. And they will pick up a couple. That's very good cricket now from the Badgers.
Yeah, good cricket from this young man. Smart batting here. He took the options straight. He got 2 big boundaries and just knocked it in a big space for 2 again. I think no risk will be taken from this ball.
Whitehead, a very expensive over, already conceded 14. And this will be a single. No, there's a misfield, sloppy fielding, and for the first time, the fielding of the Tuskers let themselves down. It's 111 for 3 after 14 overs. They need 42 more runs to win from 6 overs. It's a very simple calculation. 7 runs to the over. And will the Badgers keep their cool and take this one over the line?
Yeah, you would think that if even just one of these batters bat until over number 19, 20, they'll win this game. It should be winning this game with this partnership. Very sensible batting needed from here. Just knock the ball around, like we say. Odd boundary will present himself. Because the bowler's going to have to take a risk or 2 for a breakthrough here. So this is another bowling change.
Yeah, Ziad Abrams will continue. He went for 22 in his first 2 overs. And he will bowl over number 15 from the commentary box end of the ground. The partnership already 61 runs for this wicket. They lost their 3rd wicket on 45. And at that stage, it was a very nervous, unsettled Badgers batting lineup. But great maturity and composure showed by Van Heerden and Richards. Van Heerden on 31, and Richards is facing Ziad Abrams. Short boundary, there is protection out there, but not enough. It's maximum for Richards.
Yeah, again, first ball at the boundary, trying to attack the first 2 balls. Richards came off with it, with a maximum.
Yeah, you can't allow Richards space to execute a shot on the leg side. He will punish you.
Yeah, exactly the start the Badgers needed here. Again, they're just carrying on with the momentum. Abrams under pressure here.
This one will be, I guess, wide outside off. No, it's a well bowled Yorker, but well negotiated by Richards. And he will pick up another boundary. That's 4 runs to Richards. His score moves to 40. A very good start in this over for Richards.
Yeah, Rich is well known for his fishing off the field. The laid back man just collecting his runs here. As we see, Abrams is straying slightly into the pads.
Yeah, he played for the Badgers the previous season, a T20 campaign. He kicked on, but he never managed to play a match-winning innings to take them over the line. Will today be his day? Abrams to Richards. Oh, and he will pick up a single as Ndlela does the fielding. "31 more runs to win." So they basically got 9 balls to win by a bonus point, which should and will be a remarkable achievement. But let's forget about the bonus point. It was just something that's slipping my mind. Van Heerden, he will pick up a single as he played that one out to the covers.
Yeah, Badgers well on top here. 124 for 3. If you look at the 15 over mark, the Tuskers were 109 for 4. So Badgers well in front here. Abrams will still try and believe that he can make a breakthrough here for his team.
It's a well bowled delivery to Richards, restrict him to a dot. It's obviously a competition where you only play 6 games, so there's not a lot of margin for error in your campaigns. And today was really the crossroads for the Badgers in their campaign. Once again, sensible batting from Richards, well bowled by Abrams. He restricted and he kept it away to the strong points of the strong Heath Richards. So 15 overs bowled, 124 for 3, Van Heerden on 32 and Richards on 41. And the target 154. So they're 20 runs away and they've got 5 overs left. Once again, easy calculation, 4 runs to the over.
Yeah, pretty simple calculations here for the Badgers. 6 and over. George Van Heerden and Heath Richards playing a very good partnership here. These 2 young players showing their maturity.
It's a bowling change. And the last throw of the dice is to Ndlela. He bowled very well until Richards got hold of him in his last over. So he bowled 3 overs, he went for 15 and he picked up the wicket of the captain Yasin Wali. He will bowl to Heath Richards. No, sorry, that was George Van Heerden. Will pick up a single. But Richards will be on strike now. Dot ball to Ndlela as Richards hits this one out to the skipper Michael Erlang, who's patrolling the covers, and no run added to the total. The partnership 74 runs for this, the 4th wicket. Towards the leg side, and was that a no ball signal by umpire low. Yes, it's a no ball. And Van Heerden will have the opportunity to capitalize on this no ball that was bowled by Tapiso Ndlela. The bowling discipline from the Tuskers is very good. They haven't conceded a lot of wides, and this is the first no ball of the innings. In fact, it's the first no ball of the day.
Yeah, spot on.
He will pick up a single from that no ball as he did out to the protection on the boundary and offside. The score moves up to 128. Richards is on 42. As we watch Ndlela running in. And that is a magnificent shot for 4, behind square on the offside.
Yeah, great shot, Heath. Heath reaches again with offered, and he took that with both hands, smacking that past the point, the backward point reason for 4. He moves on to 46. Great shot, Heath Richards.
A very mature start to Richards. He first played himself in, and the moment he got going, he punished the bowlers, specifically bowling on the leg side with a short boundary. Good bowling from Ndlela in the block holes. It's no replacement for a good Yorker, and it's a dot ball. Still a lot of energy from Ndlela. Momentum and advantage currently to the Badgers. 132 for 3. And they are in the driving seat, but they do not want to make this difficult for themselves.
Yeah, the Badgers in control of this game here this afternoon.
The job is not done yet. Ndlela to Richards. And he will pick up a single. And he will be on strike, facing the new bowler in the next over with a very short leg side boundary. The score now 133 for 3, and we've got 4 overs left in this innings. Now the Badgers, to start off today, it's not over yet, but they bowled exceptionally well. There was that very good partnership. They also did well to come back and claw their way back and restrict the Tuskers to only 154. We all know that under normal circumstances 154 will not be enough.
Yeah, we know the par score, that's just below par here. But we need to take our caps off to the Badgers, the way they started their bowling innings. And also to these two here, this current partnership is an 82 at the moment, so great batsmanship between these two here.
A very good 82-run partnership, as I've said, between Richards and Van Heerden. And Ziad Abrams will stay in the bowling attack. Or was it Whitehead that will bowl the last over? Or the next over? Yes, it's Shaun Whitehead who hands over his pull-over. Not something that you see a lot in Oudtshoorn, and that's a pullover on a cricket field. But Whitehead obviously preferred to wear the pullover, and he hands it over to umpire Andre Olivier, the same umpire who adjudicated him out leg before today. And he will bowl to Richards, who will keep an eye on the leg side boundary. Not properly connected, and he will pick up a single. I think Richards will be annoyed to himself and rushed a little bit onto him. He couldn't get unread, and he picked up a single. We said earlier in commentary, let's watch this ball first. Van Heerden around the corner, and he will get what seems to be a single or leg byes. umpire Andre Olivier signals leg byes, that at least 2 of the Badgers batters will need to put on very good scores. There was a good start from Jacobs and a good start from Valley, but Van Heerden and Richards has taken ownership as this one is hit out to Gilson, who fumbles, but it will only be a single.
Yeah, the Badgers learned from the Tuskers' innings early on. They realized that also going to take just one good, very good partnership that's going to get them not just close, but could get them over the line here this afternoon. So good awareness from them.
Still very good bowling from Whitehead. He knows exactly the strength of Van Heerden, and he only conceded a single. Look, it's the only Van Heerden who, whilst he was bowling from the Freda Street end of the ground, hit him for 2 consecutive sixes. Richards facing Whitehead. Once again, he couldn't get underneath that delivery, but he will pick up a single as the fielding is done on mid-wicket, and Richards will get some applause from the dugout as he moves to an half century. His first half century in a T20 match in South Africa, and it was a well constructed innings. Well batted Heath Richards.
Yeah, well batted Heath. Good sensible knock for his team here. He's going to try and take this team all the way to the end here. What Van Heerden also batting very smartly.
He had him in 2 minds there. Whitehead is a clever, experienced campaigner, and Van Heerden just plays that one forward defensive. We've got 3 overs left, and we need 16 more runs to win. So this match will most probably go into the last over.
Well, the Badgers will probably not take it to the last over, to be honest. They're going to try and finish this before the last over, I would think.
Whilst there's a change in overs, South Africa 191 for 3 after 34.3 overs against Ireland, Ryan Rickleton on 91 not out and Tristan Stubbs on 79 not out. So that's after they've lost the Zorzi for 12, Bavuma for 4 and Van der Dussen for 0. Carl Nipper, he will bowl from the Freda Street end of the ground, and he will bowl to Richards. No risks needed to be taken. Richards give himself some space, hit it out to the offside, protection out there. The fielding is done by Kagiso Rapulana. No, that's not Kagiso Rapulana, pardon. I'll just get that right. But it's a single for Richards. Nipper to Van Heerden. Dot ball. Something wrong with the thumb? He said the same dislocated finger.
That could be the only thing that's going to irritate him.
We'll wait and see. Nipper to Van Heerden, who comes down the track, and it's another dot ball. Nipper is a bitter ender. He will not give anything away. 15 more runs. What a hack there.
Yeah, and Nipper took all the pace off there. Invited Van Heerden to hit to the big boundary, but he opted to go straight and just knock it down.
It's pretty straightforward calculation. It's a runner ball. 14 from 14.
Yeah, no risk needs to be taken here.
Van Heerden seems to be in some discomfort as he's pointing towards a dugout. Richards, that's well hit, but he will only get a single. It's a misfield there, and that was a bit naughty, and that's a single. That single becomes a couple to Richards as he moves to 53. Very good observation there from the batters.
Yeah, good running.
There was a misfield there. Just the momentum. So it's now 12 from 13. Once again, Van Heerden is in discomfort. We will most probably see how this over, where Richards will get No run. There's a call there.
Oh, is the run out.
And that is a massive miscommunication between Van Heerden and Richards, and Van Heerden got run out for 36. He's very, very unhappy, very annoyed.
Yeah, credit must go to Badaza there. A little dive to his right, stopped it. Looked like Van Heerden was going to make it to the other end, but good composure from Carl Nipper to take the bails off. As you see, Badaza just returning the ball there.
And there's also a twist, always a twist in the tail, as we see Kelly Smuts walking to the crease. So it's around the ball, 2 overs to go. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned and fasten your seat belts.
My fellow commentator getting excited, yeah.
Yeah, this run out reminds me a lot about what happened at Headingley in 1999 between South Africa and Australia. We're not going to mention the players that were involved, but there was a few errors there, as we see Thomas Carver also padding up, and we've got Kelly Smuts, who has made his way to the crease. He's taking strike, and Sean Gilson will bowl to Kelly Smuts. Smuts, of course, is a very good player of spin.
Yeah, Smuts is well experienced. If you had to walk into the ground now and see the equation and see who's on strike, you would still think that the Badgers will win this game easily. So, but also you can't underestimate the Tuskers bowlers and team as well.
Yeah, credit must go to them for their composure. They stay focused. They focus on the basic things here, and we will see Sean Gilson bowling from the commentary box in the penultimate over. They need 12 runs from 12 balls. Gilson to Smuts. He went across the line. There's a call there. Umpire Andre Olivier is unmoved. Gilson doesn't look to be too bothered about that. And that's another dot ball. 2 successive dot balls. Bowled by Gilson. And it's becoming a very tense affair here at the recreation ground, with 12 runs needed from 10 balls. Gilson, he will bowl to Smuts. Will Smuts have the maturity and composure to take this game forward for the Badgers? Now that is a maximum. We just thought it will not clear the boundary. A release shot from Kelly Smuts, and they need 6 now from 9 balls. A very good executed shot from Kelly Smuts. He shows his experience. It is a shorter boundary, and he cleared the boundary.
Yeah, great shot, Kelly. If you're going to take the risk, go straight. And that's exactly what he did.
For one moment, we thought that that ball will not clear the boundary. There was an effort made, but 6 runs added to the total. People don't always, or they sometimes underestimate the size of this ground and the size of the outfield. Gilson to Smuts. He went airborne, but they will pick up a single. They will go for a second, and I would say the Badgers are sniffing the victory line here. They need 4 more runs to win, and there is 8 balls left. Gilson to Smuts. That will be, would it be a single? Yeah, it's only a single, and Smuts moves to 9 from 5 balls, and we've got 1 more ball left in this penultimate over. Gilson will bowl to Richards, who is on 53.
Heath is going to go for this one. Short boundary. He's going to attack that short boundary and try and finish this game with this ball.
Or is he going to leave it for the last over?
I doubt it. He's going to go.
Gilson to Richards. He will only get a single as he did straight, and the fielding has been done by the captain. No, that's Ndlela does the fielding. So we will enter the last over, a pulsating afternoon of cricket here at the recreation ground between the relegated and top of the table ACDC Tuskers up against the home side, the 6-gun Grill Garden Route Badgers, who is yet to record a victory this season in their campaign. And they are only 2 runs away. Richards on strike, and you can see the relief in the Badgers dressing room. It has been a hard season for them thus far. Also last season they struggled in this campaign. They only won 1 out of 6, and in the 3 previous games they lost 2, and 1 was a rain out game.
Yeah, the Badgers, like we asked from them earlier this afternoon, to come out and express themselves and make sure they do the simple things like which they did majority of the time and got themselves in the winning position. So that got them to turn their campaign around. So again, good knock from Richard so far, but he still got to make sure he takes the team over the line as he faces Abrams.
Abrams to Richards, and that is game, set, match. Richards will move to 58. A very great knock from him. He lifts his bat. He recognises the applause from his dressing room and from the crowd. The Badgers win by 6 wickets with 5 balls to spare. Their first victory of the season. They will be on a bus early tomorrow morning to East London, where they will play the Eastern Cape and Yardie at Buffalo Park in East London on Saturday. And what a great game of cricket. The Badgers did the basic things right. They bowled well up front. There was a very good partnership between Laycock and Nipper of 71 runs for the 5th wicket. But they did well to crawl it back. They restricted Tuskers to 154, and a great knock from Heath Richards, undefeated at 58. There was also a very good innings from Jos van Heerden, and they got it over the line.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, congratulations to the Badgers there again. If you look at the whole format of the game and how they did well in certain stages, they took the power play with the ball. They obviously, with a big partnership of 80 plus, where the Tuskers had a 70-run partnership, and towards the back end of their bowling inning, the Badgers fought back nicely. Absolutely great victory for them to turn their campaign around. But again, from the start of their campaign, they didn't have one batter carry the bat, and today Heath Richards was the one to do that, and he took his team to a 6 wicket victory there. Well done to the Badgers.
Thank you, my fellow commentator. And there's no better team to bounce back again other than the ACDC Tuskers, the 6-gun Grill Garden Route Badgers. They scored 156 for 4 with 5 balls to spare, and they record their first victory of the season. We will be again online next week and Wednesday here at the recreation ground when the Badgers will take on the Northern Cape Heat. And from us here in Oudtshoorn, thanks for joining us and have a great Wednesday evening.